My first week at NPTI is complete. Only 17 more to go. Hey guys, Melissa here. My first week at the National Personal Training Institute is done. I've gone through it, didn't miss a class. My brain is exploding with information, but I wanted to give you an update. And at the end of this video, I will try to do some, push-ups again? Yeah, that's gonna happen, so stay tuned. But I just wanted to give you a brief rundown on what I've learned. And I've learned a lot, so it won't be like a crap ton. I mean, I'm gonna need another one of these, maybe two, before I graduate in April. But this week was good. They explained to us what to expect in the program, and there was a point, I think it was day 2, they told us how people my size, and they weren't pointing me out, they were just saying that people around 300 pounds that start this program before they've lost all the weight, they actually do better as personal trainers or coaches after they graduate because they can relate to the client a lot more. Those have actually been their most successful students out in the field. So that gave me like a glimmer of hope, because there was a part of me that was worried about starting NPTI, National Personal Training. I keep wanting to move the P and the T in my head before I say it. But I was worried because I am a larger woman. I don't look like I'm in shape right now. And here I am joining a school that's made for becoming a personal trainer. But they put my questions, my fear at ease by saying that. And we also took some before photos. So I used mine that I took when I was at 270 pounds because after I pinched my sciatic nerve, when I was at like 264, I ended up gaining 10 or 15 pounds, losing a lot of it. But right now I'm sitting at the 270 again. So I figured if I was the same weight then, why not use those photos? Because my blank wall that I took them against is now full of workout posters and Christmas cards. So yeah, I'm anxious to see what my after picture is going to look like. He said they're going to use them during graduation to compare so everyone can see how far they've come. That'll be neat. My theory teacher, and there are 2 classes if I haven't mentioned that. You've got practical where you work out, theory where you really learn more book stuff and books. There are books, but we'll go over that later. I did want to tell you, I've got my little notes here because when I say my brain's exploding with information, I mean it. It wants to pop at the seams. These joint actions, muscle names, they're going to start like flowing out of my ears. There's just not enough room up there. Oh my goodness. But I think I feel that way because, I'm waking up at 7:30 in the morning so that I can take a shower, get ready. Then I start class at 9:15. We have a short lunch at 12, and then that's practical. Then I go to theory. I leave early at 2 o'clock so I can get to work at 2:30, and then I work until 11 o'clock at night. I go to bed around 12 or 1, and I wake up and do it again every day. So, because after I get off work, I have to go back to the Zoom recording from my practical class because I leave at 2. Class doesn't end until 4:30, so I've got 2.5 hours of video to watch and take notes on. But luckily on that recording, there's a way you can make it go faster. Like instead of 1, you can up it to 1.2 or 2. So they all sound like chipmunks, but I'm able to learn faster. Anyhow, where was I? The theory professor, he went over the lumbar part of the spine and mentioned the lumbar sciatica that my doctor told me I had, which is at like a 10 degree. So I'm right at that minor medium because it's not a major thing. The degree is just so small. But anyhow, we went over that and the joint action, I guess, of the spine itself. How you've got flexion, like the up portion of a sit-up. So when you're coming up from a sit-up, your spine's slightly curved. It's like you're flexing this way. And then you've got extension, spinal extension. So if you're tilted a little more back, almost like perfect posture, but slightly back there. And then you've got spinal rotation where you're going to keep your lower body in the sagittal plane. But your upper body is actually going to move this way, taking you out of the sagittal plane. Oh, so many things in my head. And then in practical class, we learned how we have to tell, show, do for our clients. So we have to tell them how it's done. We'll tell them how to do it, show them how it's done, and then let them do it, or we do it. It's week 1. And the 2 most important things that you need to do before any exercise, along with your warm up, before you actually lift a weight or, use your body weight for anything, you need to set your shoulders. So you're going to get them, and I'll show you this when I stand up and tell, show, do an exercise in a second, but you're going to set your shoulders and engage your core. Then you're ready for that exercise. And now I'm going to show you how to properly do a squat exercise. If done correctly, this exercise is going to work your quads and your glutes. So here's how it's done. You want your feet shoulder width apart. So you see my shoulders, my feet are set. You don't want them out. You don't want them straight, just a slight 5-degree outward angle. And as always, we're going to set our shoulders. So there I go. Engage my core. So now it's nice and tight. And we're going to start by hinging at the hips. So you don't want to press your butt out to do this. No, it's actually done by moving that hip joint. So you just bend your hip joint slightly. You'll feel your knees start to bend as well. And you're going to start to go down. Now, when you go down, you'll feel it in your quads a lot. Make sure your center, your head, is even with your feet as you go. And the more you go down, the more your knees are going to start to bend outward slightly. So you just keep it this angle right here. Keep that core engaged. And then back up. Now, as you go down, you want to inhale. And then you exhale when you come back up. So, inhaling and exhale. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Yeah, I can already feel the burn. But that is a squat. And just to show you from the side how my butt is not way out here. All right, get my feet set, shoulders, core, bend at the hips, knees slightly out. What do you think? As promised, I'm going to try to do some sit-ups again. So if you haven't watched my original onboarding video for the National Personal Training Institute, make sure to click up here wherever it is, or it'll be in the link down below as well. Yeah, attempted and failed, but I'm feeling a lot stronger after my first week, so we're going to give it another go. Yeah, let's see how many sit-ups I can do. And a quick thank you to my sister Jennifer again for my yoga mat. She got it for my birthday earlier this year. This thing has saved my knees while working out every day in class. All right, so for the sit-up, I know my hands are going to be around where my shoulders are, maybe a little out. Fingers spread straight ahead. Well, I guess let me come up a little further because my feet are hitting the bottom of the mat there. All right, and my legs up. Body straight. Engaging core, setting shoulders. It's still hard to get down there. Oh. Well, he did give me the option to do the modified sit-up, so let's try some of those. All right, so on knees, feet up slightly. There goes my elbow cracking. My hands are near me. There we go. And I'm done. Whew. Well, thank you guys for watching my first week at the National Personal Training Institute. If you're interested, I'll put their link down below as well. They're located in a few different states, but I know they have two here in Florida, one in Orlando and one in Tampa. And there's a guy in my class that's in, I want to say, the upper eastern part of the U.S. So even if you're not in the state, check them out. Seriously, check them out. It's an 18-week program, and oh my Jesus, is it like college. This is not easy. Like when you graduate, you're going to be darn proud of that certification. And let me know in the comments what you thought about my attempt at push-ups again, or what you thought about the squat and how it's really done when you break it down. And yeah, I will see you guys next week. After my second week, I'll try to update you again. And until then, take care, do something fun, and tell me about your progress. What are you working on? I'm working on sit-ups. Yeah, so next week, I hope to do more. I'm so tired.